The episode begins with Rantaro and Osami sitting in their classroom steaming because of the heat. Their shared wish was to have been born in Antarctica. Osami, desperate, suggested they head to the faculty room to get the AC turned on, fearing they'd die in the stifling classroom. Yet amidst his complaints, a thought sparked joy: the upcoming sports festival. Just the name filled Osami with enthusiasm, and he declared that he and Rantaro would win it no matter the obstacle. However, their dreams were quickly deflated. Their teacher delivered unwelcome news. Any student failing the midterm exams would be barred from the sports festival and condemned to remedial classes. Osami was outraged, protesting the unfairness of assuming their failure before exams even began. When challenged by the teacher about their likelihood of passing, Osami, with blunt honesty, admitted he had absolutely no confidence. He then shrewdly proposed a wager. If they somehow passed their exams and won the sports festival, what reward would the teacher offer? After a moment's thought, the teacher conceded, promising to treat them to ice cream. Despite the potential reward, the daunting prospect of studying immediately overwhelmed Osami. He despaired, lamenting his inability to focus for more than 5 minutes. Saku, ever the logical one, simply told him there was no use complaining about past idleness. Desperate, Osami swallowed his pride and begged Saku, the school's top student, for tutoring, just enough to scrape by. Soku, however, flatly refused, reminding Osami of their last failed study attempt, which had even brought Soku's own grades down. Ayato attempted to mediate, suggesting a group study session, but Osami's ego took over. He adamantly declared that he and Rantaro would study alone, accusing Soku of wanting them out of the sports festival. Rantaro silently questioned why he was being dragged into this, while Saku simply offered a dismissive best of luck. Amidst this academic tension, Rantaro received a message from his mother. Their bakery had a discount, and she wanted him to inform Waguri, noting it had been over a month since her last visit. Rantaro's thoughts immediately turned to Waguri. He wondered if she was upset, or perhaps just trying to be more frugal with her spending on cakes. He debated texting her, feeling an awkwardness given their prolonged silence. Eventually, he sent the message. The entire day passed without a reply, leaving Rantaro increasingly worried. Finally, a message from Waguri arrived, politely declining his mother's offer. Due to being a bit busy this month, Rantaro felt a pang of unexpected disappointment. Osami, still avoiding Saku, dragged Rantaro to a different public library, fabricating a story about the school libraries broken. Osami reiterated his determination to pass without Saku's idiotic help. Rantaro tried to reason with him, urging him to apologize to Saku, knowing they couldn't pass without his guidance. However, after mere moments of struggling with the study material, Osami's stubbornness broke. He conceded, admitting his inability to comprehend anything. Rantaro then pointed out that Saku, as their friend, also likely wanted them to participate in the sports festival. This realization struck a chord with Osami. He stood up, resolved to find Saku and Ayato apologize and bring them back for a joint study session, determined to secure their spot in the festival. Rantaro was left alone, reflecting on Osami's peculiar blend of pride and quick surrender. While Rantaro continued to study alone, he noticed 2 shy girls struggling to find a seat. Without a word, he quietly vacated his own. As he prepared to leave the library, he overheard the name Kuko. Intrigued, he discreetly observed, confirming his suspicion. It was Waguri, helping a friend with her studies. Rantaro watched her, noting how freely and informally she spoke with her friend, even sketching a cat she'd seen that morning. He overheard her friend praising Waguri as the top student at Kikyo High. This revelation struck Rantaro profoundly. He realized the immense chasm between them. Waguri's academic brilliance in an elite school contrasted with his own struggles at Chidori High. Later, Rantaro, exhausted, dozed off while studying. He awoke to find Waguri standing over him. She explained she had seen him earlier and was merely stepping out to eat. She apologized again for declining his bakery offer, clarifying that her schedule was incredibly tight due to upcoming exams and a part-time job. Rantaro was stunned, wondering why a seemingly affluent girl would need employment. Waguri laughed, dispelling his assumption. She wasn't rich. She attended Kikyo High on a scholarship, which demanded she consistently maintain the top position in her class to avoid expulsion. Her relentless dedication, often involving pinching herself to stay awake at night, stemmed from this immense pressure and her father's profound pride in her achievement. Rantaro found himself deeply impressed by her hidden struggles and incredible work ethic. Hesitantly, Rantaro gathered the courage to ask Waguri if she would tutor him. He explained his desperate need to pass his exams for the sake of the sports festival and his friends, mirroring her dedication to her father. Waguri handed him a rice cake, promising to find free time to help him. Suddenly, a new figure appeared. Subaru, another Kikyo High student, characterized by her serious demeanor and striking silver hair. Subaru immediately confronted Rantaro, warning him to stay far away from Waguri. She declared her distrust of people like him from Chidori High and asserted her role in protecting Waguri. When Waguri attempted to intervene, Subaru dismissed her concerns. Just then, Osami and his friends arrived. He saw that two girls from Kikyo High were talking to Rantaro. Osami confronted them, but Rantaro tried to de-escalate the situation. Subaru sharply dismissed them as animals and attempted to leave. Osami, recognizing Waguri, tried to approach her. Subaru instinctively moved to shield Waguri. To everyone's surprise, Rantaro also stepped in front of Waguri, physically shielding her from Osami. Subaru was visibly stunned by Rantaro's unexpected protective gesture. Osami, confused, insisted he wasn't attacking. Saku then launched into a verbal assault, taunting Subaru about her ugly silver hair and implying Kekyohai only admitted students with money. This particular insult visibly wounded Subaru, hinting at a painful past. Waguri was about to defend her, but Rantaro intervened. Silencing Saku, Rantaro defended Subaru, revealing that she was the girl Osami had scared earlier, and he had simply been apologizing to her in the library. This unexpected defense from a Chidori High student left both Waguri and Subaru surprised. Later, Osami genuinely apologized to Waguri for his rude behavior during their previous encounter. Waguri also offered her apology, acknowledging the rivalry between their schools. Subaru then attempted to pull Waguri away, reiterating her distrust of Chidori High students. Saku, however, continued his taunts. That night, Rantaro struggled with his studies. He then received a call from Waguri. She apologized for her friend's behavior and for him having to lie to protect her earlier. Rantaro reassured her it was fine. Waguri then thanked him for protecting her, calling him cool, which made Rantaro blush intensely. Rantaro noticed how politely and formally Waguri spoke to him compared to her casual ease with her own friend. He decided to address it directly, asking why there was such a barrier between them and if they couldn't speak like friends. Waguri, surprised, explained that she viewed him as a shop owner and felt formal conversation was appropriate. Rataro's heart sank momentarily, but he then firmly stated that there was no need for politeness and that they were friends. Waguri, blushing profusely, agreed to treat him as a friend from then on. They both hung up, equally flustered but clearly pleased by their new, more casual connection. Meanwhile, Subaru was in her room, lost in contemplation, gazing at a childhood photograph of herself and a carefree Waguri. The image hinted at Subaru's past struggles with shyness and a potential reason for her deep-seated aversion to boys. The episode ends here.